so I'm just gonna put this right here. All right, let's see if I can finish that for you. Let's add some green in there, huh?
Yeah.
Let's put the YouTube play button right there.
Yeah.
All right.
The best autograph I've got.
There you go.
Hey.
What do you think?
I love it.
Yes. I got a hug from Jake the Long Kid. I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. We're just 2 days away from Christmas. We still got mounds of snow out here that should be melting by Christmas Day. And it's been getting a little bit warmer lately, which excites me a lot. But at the same time, it kind of depresses me because I'm not going to be able to clear any snow for a little bit of time. Alright, so I have this story I've been wanting to share with you guys for about a month now. And this story dates back to November 12th. 2016, the day I broke one of my clients' windows. So I know what you're thinking. Isn't the whole goal to get out of here, Jake? Why are you taking your equipment apart? Well, I want to go ahead and test it out. I mean, it's super cold. I don't know. I just feel like since it's so cold today, I want to go ahead and test the equipment before I leave to make sure it's still working. You know, it's still holding strong. Let me tell you how the entire day went. Alright, so it started off with me just getting up, getting outside, and getting ready to go do 3 of my client yards. Alright, so here's the after. You can see I got it mowed a little bit. You can't really tell a big difference. I mean, makes a lot of sense because it wasn't growing that much as it used to. But either way, take a look at this. This, we improved rapidly today. Look at that nice edge, man. Look at that. Perfect. Right straight, 90-degree angle up against the sidewalk. That's perfect. So we got a change in plans today. So I had 3 lawns I said I was going to do. But it looks like this one guy has already cut it already himself. This is the 3rd lawn I was talking about, or at least the one in between the 1st and the 3rd, alright? But it turns out the customer this week, like I've been mentioning all day, has actually cut his lawn himself. Now, it's not like I didn't show up or anything, it's just that we have an agreement here. So the way we do it is I'll cut it on certain days and he'll cut it on certain days. Like, you know, because sometimes there are days where he likes to work and there's days where he just doesn't like to work, and that's when he calls me. So yeah, either way, that's kind of a fair agreement there. That's the agreement we got going for now. And you can see it doesn't look too bad. I'm just kind of bummed out, man. I was hoping to mow this today, you know, make a little bit more money. But either way, it's alright. Because after what I've got going on later today, it won't be a big deal. And then let's not forget, this is very important during leaf season to make sure that you get all the leaves off of the lawn here, because we want to show that we dominate the neighbors by leaving all their leaves alone and picking our leaves up, and then creating this kind of lawn that'll separate our lawn from the neighbor's lawn. So once I finished up with those 3 client yards, I went ahead, came home, got my lawn done. So I met with the Walker guy, and surprisingly he showed up with 2 Walker mowers. Told me a little bit about the machines, how they work.
What we've got here is the Model B, and this has the 56-inch side discharge deck on it, and this is the Model T here.
Yeah.
That does the bagging, and it's got a 48-inch deck on it.
So we got one that can do bagging, and then we got one that can do mulching.
Correct.
So that's a good deal.
Actually, side discharge.
Side discharge,
Yep.
either way.
So we've got it both ways covered today.
Okay, great. Alright, so we're just about 2/3 of the way done with this lawn, and we had a little accident over here. Take a look at this. So I know what you're thinking, man. This is not good, and I can agree with you 100%. Either way, what happened? This is my client's house. I broke in the window. That's obvious. But let me tell you how it came to be. So you can see it wasn't that good of an experience. I was pretty upset about it. I mean, I tried the best I could to keep a positive mindset. I did throughout the whole day, but it was hard to get through the day knowing that I broke the client's window. Like it just happened out of nowhere. Like it's not like I meant to do it. It's not like I wasn't thinking at the time like, "Oh, I'm going to do this and see how it works." It was a totally different machine. Had a lot more length to it, you know what I'm saying? Just a longer machine. Before I end this video, I want to get a little bit more in depth with the situation about the window. So let me do a little brief comparison here. Here we've got simple riding mowers, which would be like lawn tractors, zero turns, anything in that nature. And then over here we have the Walker mowers. This is a good way to illustrate it, right? So we got the zero turns, which are pretty much the mowers I'm used to, and then we got the Walker mower. So first let's talk about their controls. Now this was the one thing I struggled with right when I got on the unit the first time. So the thing with the lawn tractors and the zero turns is that it requires 2 hands to do the same job. Now that's pretty much what we're all used to, right? Using both your hands to do the same job, like to do the turning, to do the accelerating, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? We're used to that. But with the Walker mower, it's a whole different story. Good thing this magazine here has a good illustration to show you what I'm talking about. Right here on this page, let me come deep in right here, so you can see this the fall cleanup, but either way, that's not what we're looking at. So the point is, you can see this guy's got one hand right here and one hand here. So quick detail about these controls: the lever on the side here, that's the acceleration that allows the mower to go forward from fast to slow. So the more forward you have it, the faster it'll go. And these guys here, these are to do the reverse and the turning. So 2 different tasks you have to do with both your hands. It's a very big learning curve right there. So yeah, you could see this guy has 2 different things he's got to do. So he's got to use one hand for the acceleration, one hand to reverse himself and turn himself. Now this is where it got funny, because when I was riding the mower, I was a little bit confused with the controls, because, you know, the different task thing. Because, you know, think of trying to do this with your hands. Think of how long it takes to learn how to do that. Like how to tap one hand slow like this, and then tap your other hand like twice the speed like that. So it's the same way with the Walker mower. It takes a little bit of time to learn the controls. So that's one of the things I really didn't like about it. The next thing is the length of the mowers, okay? The thing about regular mowers is that pretty much the furthest back that you get is your seat, and whatever kind of mini bag or attachment you want to put on the back. That's all you got to worry about. Not much there. But it's a little bit more challenging when you come over to the walker and you got this long bag on the back, which seems like a pain in the ass when you ride it for the first time and you have to think about it, right? So the big thing about this longer back on the mower is that you have to do a little bit more critical thinking. This is something I wasn't thinking about when I was out there giving it the actual test run, is to look back at least every 4 seconds to make sure that the bag was there. It was funny, because as you see from a shot here, I actually forgot the bag was there. So then the walker guy came up to me and told me, hey, when you get up to those areas, make sure that when you turn around that you're at least 10 feet further away than you usually are when you're on a regular mower. And I made sure to keep that in mind. Now, I didn't get it right the first time. It just took a little bit of thinking to get used to. And that's pretty much it. Is there anything I could have done to at least have prevented this? What I could have done is I could have at least told the guy, look, I know it's my demo day, but can we at least take at least, like, I don't know what, half an hour, let me mess with these machines a little bit, let's drive them around in the street somewhere, at least let me learn the controls, let me get to know the machine before I actually take it out on the field and use it. That's what I could have done, and that would have been a lot better, and it probably would have prevented me from taking out my client's window. So what's my conclusion on the Walker mowers? I loved them. They were awesome. I know I told you a bunch of negativity right now about how I hate how long they are and, you know, just how different they are from the typical mowers I've used over the years. But the Walkers, they're well put together machines and they work awesome. It did a nice job picking up all the heavy grass there that I had here at this client's house. And I will admit, this lawn here was overgrown, pushing about 4 to 5 inches actually. And we cut it down to about 3 and it did a good job there. Picked up all the leaves, everything. And it did it in a very short amount of time, which I was really impressed with, and pretty obvious because, you know, they're bigger mowers. Basically, what I'm trying to say here, it's a good machine, but it takes a little bit more thinking and a little bit more practice before you can say this is the best mower I ever purchased. This is the best purchase I ever made. Make sense? Because I have cameras going and everything. All right, there you go. Alright, so here's our after. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, you can see the stripes are a little off over there, a little bit off here, and over there. Well, that's because I divided it into 3 parts when I was mowing. I did that part there, then I came here, divided it here, you can see the up and down, and then I did this. So I kind of divided it into 3 parts. So this is the second property for demoing and also the last property of the day. It's not going to be that hard for me because we don't have a lot of obstacles. Like the last one, we don't have any trees in the middle over here. We have here, I'm going to let him do the side yard and all that. He can take care of that. But over here, this is all mine right here.
Do you mow this one every week?
Yeah, this is an every weeker. This one here? Yeah. You can tell because it's not very long. So this should be easy. Alright guys, so we're all done. You can see here, this is the last lawn of the day right here. See that? And you can see the outcome of the stripes, man. Freaking beautiful. I'll tell you, man, that's a big difference from push mowing it. I mean, normally I'd be here for an hour and a half, but we knocked that out in like 20 minutes. And with a 52-inch deck. Holy crap. Thank you.
My card, contact information, Model T brochure, Model B brochure, product catalog, add-ons catalog, and a couple issues of the Walker Talk.
Okay.
Twice a year they put out a little magazine with users and folks that have used the mowers and why they use them.
That's pretty good.
Good reading.
All right, thank you, man.
You bet.
All right. Have a safe drive back home.
All right, thank you very much.
You too.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot. So I appreciate you guys' support sticking with me today. I hope you guys didn't think I did this on purpose because I really didn't. This was not planned. It just happened out of nowhere. I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and if you want me to tell more stories like this in the future, just let me know down in the comments. So with that, I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. We're 2 days away, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Anyway, the reason I brought you on this walk is just to show you this. You see that right there? That's the exact window that I broke. And you could see it's fixed now, so that's good. So some of you are probably wondering right now, Jake, how much did you pay to fix this? Well, it wasn't me that fixed it. It was the guys from Walker that fixed it. They were really cool to work with. The guy just came out here and said, all right, look, I realize you're the operator, so it's kind of your fault, but it is my machine. So since it is my machine, I'm going to go ahead and just fix it for you. And he also said, if I feel that there's something you want to do, like if you want to pay half or if I want to pay half, I'll just give you a call, let you know what we're going to do. We just got to figure out what the homeowners want to do first. So, yeah, that guy saved me a lot. So, the guys from Walker, if you're watching this, thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate your help on me getting through that.